Build yourself to the person that you want to be. Every level you go up, every step, every goal you accomplish in life is like a new starting point. It's like a new starting point every day. That's why you always need to consider growing. You need to consider elevation, always expanding. Because if you stay complacent while everything else is moving forward, you're really deteriorating. So there are little pockets, little times where you get through stuff, you do things, and you can second guess yourself. You can have doubts. Trust me, I dropped out of school my senior year of college. Now I'm placing myself in areas with other people who are college graduates. They finished at a good school. They family, everybody else around them went to school. It can make you uncomfortable. It can make you feel a certain type of way. But you got to understand and know you are not here to look for the approval of others. A long time as you produce results, as you succeed, as you get income, as everything in your life starts increasing, as everything in your life starts to expand, the respect level, it'll come. The respect, the attention, everything is gonna come. You have to build yourself up until that time. Other little stories I could tell y'all, like just building your confidence up in any area of your life where you was lacking. My finances was lacking. I didn't have the confidence to step to people sometimes. And what I mean by step is you just allow people to do you any kind of way. No, you don't allow people to do you any kind of way. You don't allow people to talk to you any kind of way. Address it, let it be known from the beginning, that that's not what you're about. Let it be known, address it from the beginning, that that's not who you are. Certain times in your life where you was losing, where you was lacking, where you wasn't succeeding, where you wasn't thriving, people like to remind you in different ways of who you are, of who they're accustomed to seeing you as. They like to remind you of those things and let you know, like, this is how I remember you. And they won't allow you to grow sometimes. You have to change, transform, fulfill your whole destiny, your life, your outcome. You have to do all of that. And that is the way people are going to perceive you. That's the way people are going to portray you. You have to stay moving in a certain space. You got to stay moving in a certain light where people respect you. It's not a forceful thing. It's graceful. It's like graceful with force. People naturally begin to see like, yo, he's changed. Yo, the way he's going with his life, he's definitely changed. I see why he's there. I see why he got here. I see why he's doing that. Let it change. Give yourself time. That's the only thing. I just got done leaving the gym, and there are times where people are going to remind you. People are going to remind you of where you was. Now, it is that reassurance. I call it reassurance. I call it motivation, because it's a reminder that, yes, you see how I used to be. I see how I was too. But you can't let those words make you backtrack. You can't let those words retract your progress. No, you got to keep going forward. You got to keep progressing. You got to keep pushing. People out here challenge you in different ways, and it can test you. It can pick at them holes of confidence that you don't have. What I mean by that is, if you are the person who isn't successful or succeeding, you can walk into an area, you can walk into a space where people are successful and succeeding. And it may bother you at the beginning, but you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Let that uncomfort, let that drive you, let that push you towards the life that you really want. There's different areas in my life that I'm working on. I want to be a family man, okay? I'm placing myself around, or working towards, I'm not gonna say I am, because I haven't, but I'm being a part of family gatherings, family settings where I can see how family come together and operate, and still be myself, and still be who I am. You can do the same thing. You can do the same thing. Be you no matter where you are. But you got to understand how you are, and got to understand the dynamic and you got to understand the dynamic and and the things around you. Sorry, I'm a little tired. We had a great workout today. Had a real good workout today. But you got to check yourself. You have got to check yourself. Sometimes these reality checks don't come from you either. They come from others around you. But you need that constructive criticism. You need the people around you to check you when you're slipping. Accountability. People around you, you got to have the right people around you that make you accountable for your actions. Make you accountable or help you be accountable for the things in your life. And it's not that they're doing it for you. It's like they make known these open wounds. They make known these pockets where you haven't fully healed. You haven't fully fixed everything that's going on. And you got to follow the people who are doing what you're doing. You got to follow the people who are succeeding at what you're trying to do. All the successful people I listen to, all the successful people I read about in books, they got a set structure. They got a set schedule. It's routine, structure, and discipline that's going to build you to wealth. Okay? Routine, structure, and discipline that will build you to wealth. But you can't even be talking about wealth. You can't talk about becoming a millionaire. You can't be talking about having 100K, 200K until you build a structure for your life, until you build a setup for your life where you can thrive, prosper, and succeed. How do you do that? Create a schedule throughout your day to day. Find a job that fits and works for you. Adjust it, adjust it, adjust it. Adjust. It'll change for you. It'll change for you. You just gotta adjust. It'll change for you. It'll change for you. Give yourself time. Give yourself time. It'll all come together. And it'll all come together. It'll all come together. Just gotta give yourself some time. Don't let others speed your process. Don't let others speed your progress. Don't let others speed up your growth. Don't let others do that. Don't let others do that. You're gonna get there. You got a goal, you got a task in your life that's real big to you, you think it's big to you, set little targets, set little goals, accomplish small things along the way that can build your confidence to that big thing that you want to get over, to that big thing that you felt like was an obstacle in your life. Breathing. Take a deep breath. Slow down. Relax. Something I have to remind myself from time to time. Yo, take a deep breath and relax. Take a deep breath and relax. Too serious. Don't be too serious about everything. And it's tough sometimes because you have to unlearn a lot of things about your past. In order to win, in order to succeed, in order to progress, in order to grow, you're going to have to unlearn everything that you learned as a kid. And when you do that, that's where that comfort goes away. So now you place yourself in uncomfortable situations. And in order to get comfortable there, you have to grow into that space. But that's the only way it works. You gotta be comfortable with being uncomfortable. You gotta be comfortable with being uncomfortable in any situation or setting. But the work, the things you do that get you to that point, it'll make you feel good about yourself. It'll make you feel good about yourself. It will make you feel good about yourself. Just give yourself some time. Don't be worried about what everybody else is saying. Don't be worried about what everybody else is doing. I'll tell you this. There are people dealing with and going through so many things in this world, they could care less about what you're doing. They can care less about what you're dealing with. So don't even be worried about what people think, feel, or say. After that day, after that moment, that stuff gonna pass, and they moving on to whatever else in their life is worrying them or bothering them. I understand my worries. I understand the things that may bother me, that may overwhelm me, create a little bit of discomfort. So I make it aware. I make it be known, like, yo, to myself, this is what I'm dealing with. This is what I'm going through. And you create a setup, you create a world, you create a structure for yourself that's chill, that's peaceful, that's relaxing. But don't allow others to kind of speed that up, if that makes sense. Don't allow others to kind of hinder that growth or that progression. Just give yourself some time, man. That's all. Just give yourself some time. Just give yourself some time. That's all. That's all you gotta do. Just give yourself some time, man. Just give yourself some time. That's all. You gotta keep elevating. You gotta keep growing. You gotta keep succeeding. You gotta keep prospering, thriving, pushing. You have to place yourself around others who are succeeding. You gotta place yourself around others who are winning. This is how you grow. You pick up different things. You learn different things from people around you. And you add it to your life. You add those things to your life that you feel is valuable to you. Just add them to your life. Do they feel valuable to you? And if they do, keep going. That's all. Just keep going. Keep going. You're going to succeed. You're going to win. You'll be all right. You most definitely will. You most definitely will. Looking at something earlier, how life cycles change a long time. All right? Life has a funny way of teaching you things, of humbling you, of projecting you or pushing you into a space where you are losing or winning. There's going to be ups and downs for everybody. It's going to be ups and downs for everybody. What are you doing in those pockets where it's bad? What are you doing in those pockets that are bad? What are you doing in those pockets when things ain't going your way? For me, I write in my journal. Write some things down in your journal about the things that may bother you. Write some things down in your journal about the things that may hinder your growth. And once you write it down, you got to get those thoughts out. You got to get those expressions, those emotions out. Okay, cool. Go back to it later and read about it. Go back to it later and read it and see if you feel that way later. But during that time that you write it, and in between the time you go back to read it, you need to be doing something to try to make some growth, make some changes with your life. All right? You ever wonder, like, some people don't talk to you because you might be a killjoy. You might, you know what I'm saying, don't put all the bad and ups and downs on everybody else. Face it yourself. Build it yourself. Grow yourself. And watch it change. Watch it change for you. Watch it change for you. It'll change. It'll change. Just give yourself some time. It'll change. Man, just think about where you used to be. Think about that low point in your life where you was and how crazy you felt. At the time, you probably wouldn't even know you was feeling like that. You just operating through your everyday, movements. You was going through your everyday cycles. Now you done moved yourself into another realm, another space, another world. But don't forget where you was. Don't forget where you was, because you can go right back. You can go right back. And the thing is, can you live with yourself if you slip back into that type of space? Can you live with yourself? Can you recover if you go back into them spaces? You gotta stay doing the healthy things in your life that make you win. You gotta stay doing the healthy things in your life that progress you forward, that help you win, that help you move you forward. Like, stay winning. That's the only answer to all this. Keep producing results. Keep producing income. Keep winning. Forward progression is the only way. All that other stuff be kicking in when you ain't been doing what you're supposed to do. And these is reality checks I give myself. I know I'm like, yo, I haven't been working out. Yo, I haven't been reading and writing. I haven't been shooting YouTube videos. I haven't been taking notes on the different audiobooks I listen to. I haven't been eating the right foods. Like, I haven't been fasting, I haven't been praying, I haven't been meditating. I haven't been getting out in nature, just no phone, just me and outside. Like, stay doing the things that got you there. It's a book I read by Ralph Waldo Emerson. You have to stay doing what got you there, but also you have to know who you are, and you're gonna put it truly to the test when you go out into the world and be amongst people. Can you still be yourself amongst the crowd, amongst the world, amongst the people? That's the true test of growth. And now for me, I ease myself in and out of these places, and it be some crazy uncomfortable feelings. Like, what do you be feeling like? For me, it's like these knots and balls and stuff I get in my stomach. My heart start beating fast, but I gotta remind myself, yo, just take a deep breath. Just take a deep breath. So, man, look. You'd be surprised how much in your life is lacking once you start placing yourself around people who are somewhat thriving, succeeding, getting themselves in order. You start realizing, yo, I thought I was good. No, you're not. You're not. Just something to think about. A little food for thought.